Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here, back again with a fragrance review video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If it's your first time on this channel, my content is mostly fragrance reviews, fashion videos, and lifestyle videos. And I do throw in some vlog story times and that type of stuff from time to time. So if that sounds interesting enough for you, please do consider joining the family by subscribing. I'd appreciate you coming on board. And now to my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. Thank you for supporting this channel. I appreciate you as always. Please do follow me on Instagram as well. I go by the name CeeChronicles there. I'm here with a fragrance review video. I did an unboxing, or not an unboxing, maybe I did show you these fragrances previously. So they are unboxed. I've been testing these fragrances. Today I'm here with Lattafa Al Noble Wazeer. Okay, Wazeer, and that is the kind of like a tan color. Okay, this bottle, okay, that is what we're going to be talking about. So this is for the packaging. For those who want to see the packaging, this is how it looks like. It's got like a velvety top there, and this imprint, this animal imprint, is also velvety, and that's velvety as well, and it sits on a gold background. So enough said for the packaging. Now this is the bottle, guys. It looks gorgeous, just like the other ones. There's 3 in this collection. There could be more coming out because Lattafa is always, you know, bringing out fragrances. I don't know, but I have 3, and these are the 3 that I am aware are on the market at the moment. So Wazeer is the one we're going to be talking about. I'm going to spray it on this arm, but I have been testing it, so this is not like a first impressions. Okay, so while it sits, I think you can see, you know, this deer head, something that looks like what Penhaligons would do, but this is to my nose. This does not smell like any Penhaligons I've put my nose, you know, on. It is listed to have bitter orange at the top, and then some juniper as well as the bergamot, and then in the mid it has iris. These notes are not confirmed, but this is what I got off the website, which was Dubai Perfume Cafe, and that's where I bought this fragrance. It did list that it had dark chocolate in the mid, and I do agree with that because I can smell some chocolate, raspberry, caramel, as well as some pear. That's in the mid, and the base of this is supposed to have cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, some amber, vanilla, and some musk. So that is what to expect. It is your boozy. You're gonna get that booziness offset. It is your boozy fragrance. It's sweet, it's fruity. There's a lot of fruitiness going on here. Aromatic, spicy, a bit on the woodsy side in the end. This gives off niche vibes outright. Okay, now I know what niche is usually just fragrances or fragrance manufacturers that deal with just only niche, and obviously Lattafa is one because they just focus on fragrances. But when I'm saying niche in this regard, I mean in the sense that it is artistry in perfumery. Okay, this is not your run by the mill or, you know, been there done that kind of scent. It's not your ordinary scent. Nothing is ordinary about this at all. Okay, I get a sweet, sort of musty, you know, like a dampness, but in a fragrance form, because I know when you say musty, you know, you can be either or. Okay, because a musty smell is usually not pleasant. Okay, but I do get like a dampness in here, which kind of puts my mind onto, you know, something that smells a bit musty, also malty, possibly because of that booziness that I said is there. Okay, and then a little bit of something that feels like coffee just to my nose, but that this could just be my nose. Okay, it does remind me of putting my nose on like a cup of coffee. Okay, I do get that. It's kind of muffled. Okay, this coffee that I'm talking about is kind of muffled, and then you have a buttery caramel and obviously that creamy chocolate. Now when I was testing this, I was asking myself, how do you describe, you know, a fragrance that is sweet, that is sour, that is creamy, that is almost green and woodsy? Because I get all that in one. Okay, this is what I get all that all at once. But mental shortcut again, for those that don't like, you know, me rambling on and on, this fragrance, the way it is presented, the color in which it's presented, is exactly what I get to my nose. What I get in a nutshell is butterscotch. Okay, it just reminds me of butterscotch. If you've eaten butterscotch, sweet, something like that. But it does turn. It's not like a dull fragrance. Like I said, it is woozy, it turns manly in the end, but it does have like a unisex unisex feel. It is also one of those fragrances that kind of like play a disappearing act, that if you know, it just transforms from one stage to the other, to a point where, you know, after a while you tend to ask yourself, what is that I'm smelling? And it's this fragrance. It comes across as something that that Kilian would craft, you know, the way Kilian fragrances are crafted, the way they play around with alcohol, the way they play around with you know, their fragrances to make them boozy. I get that from here. Something really malty comes through here. And then those fruits, the good thing about this fragrance is it's not giving a particular fruit a turn to come out. So all the fruits in here are muffled. No fruit is a star of the show. So in as much as there's pear, there's raspberry there, for fruits, nothing really comes out, but you can tell that there's fruits there. In fact, the way the fruits are done here, they're done as though they're like raisins, okay? If you put your nose to raisins, that's how the fruits are coming across, where if you've smelled raisins, you know there is no particular fruit that you can single out. You know, you can't say, no, I'm only smelling apple, that's all I'm smelling. It's like a mixture of all these fruits, and then they have that fermented undertone to them. It is something that's going to be ideal even for dates. This is not a fragrance that I would probably give to, say, a young person. Let's say maybe somebody in their teens. They might not actually figure it out. Whatever this was cloning or duping, must be a very good fragrance out there, you know, because what I'm smelling here is very unique. And from the three, I'm going to say this is my most favorite from the three, because the green one that I did, which was Saphir, that one quickly turned citrusy. So if you can't get your nose past the citrusiness, then you probably, you know, just will find it almost like on as a fragrance that, oh, I've probably smelled this before. But this, to me, something that Lattafa has not presented to us out there. I know they're always making fragrances. Maybe as I speak, there's something that smells exactly like this, but to me this comes across as something that Kilian would make. So it could be along the lines of, you know, a fragrance within the Kilian family that it's duping. Again, if you like, you know, Back to Black, you're probably gonna like this. It's not the same fragrance at all, you know, it's not the same fragrance at all. If you like Fève Délicieuse, you're probably gonna like this, because it does have that caramelly thing, you know, creamy buttery thing, chocolatey thing going on there, together with that little bit of some sourness and some booziness. And like I said, in the dry down, it then starts to turn like slightly green, slightly masculine, you know, and the green is dry. Like, I think it's the vetiver. It's like a dry grass feel, but that comes across, you know, it kind of surfaces in this dampness. So if it's vetiver, it's like the dry grass of the vetiver holding on to those damp roots. Okay, so because you do get that musty dampness together with a dryness in the dry down, and to me this makes it it gives it off like a masculine vibe, but it's a perfectly unisex fragrance. So for those people that, if you want to gift this to a woman, you can definitely just gift it to a woman. It is genderless, at least to my nose, because it doesn't really pull too much to one side. But I can smell why a lot of men will like this, because the dry down is a bit rooty, is a bit woodsy, it's more forward in the dry down, and then it's got the woods that they've added there, but they've been careful enough to add these woods in very careful doses, to a point where it doesn't pull this towards being so woodsy or towards being a stereotype woodsy scent. So you're gonna enjoy a lot of raisin feel. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get a boozy feel. You're gonna get a sour feel. You're gonna get a fermented feel from this, and mostly butterscotch. Just by me smelling this, it was just butterscotch that came to mind. And if you've eaten those sweets, most of them are presented in this color. So maybe it is a hint or something like that. But I think what is making this feel butterscotchy in nature is obviously that dark chocolate, you know, mixing with the caramel, because they didn't go ahead to say they actually did put butterscotch there. But I get a lot of butterscotch, and I think I can say that to you as a mental shortcut. But remember, like I said, it's a well-crafted, artsy kind of fragrance. Al Noble Wazeer by Lattafa. This is what I had for you. Unfortunately, I cannot liken it to anything, but what I can say, like I said before, is if you like the Fève Délicieuse kind of vibe, if you like the Kilian Back to Black kind of vibe, you're probably not going to have a problem with this. If you haven't smelled either of those, I'm not saying it's a dupe, but I'm saying if your nose is accustomed to such fragrances, or you're drawn to such fragrances, then this is going to be a hit. But it is, to me at the moment, a standalone. I cannot liken it to anything. CeeChronicles is my name. Do turn on post notifications if you haven't. That way you will be notified anytime I upload a video. I hope you have subscribed subscribed if you haven't. Why not? Like this video, share this video. Let's meet in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I'm only left with the black one, and then after that I'll bring you a comparison of the three, so that if you were wondering which one to buy, then at least it will make your choice easier. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.